So good day and welcome to Mustard Seeds. This week's episode is an interview with a rather remarkable, wonderful young woman who grew up in the area, lives in Hammond, and she is probably the epitome of those lucky people who get to find what it is their passion and figure out how to make a living at it. And with that, I introduce you to Marie-Josée Chénier.
Hi.
The creator and owner of Expérience Unique. Expérience Unique is an organization, a business you might have heard of. And if you haven't heard about it and you're having any kinds of health issues or need a little bit of a hand managing your life around people who do have them, then Marie-Josée is the one to call. And she will tell us why. So Marie-Josée, you were born in Hammond, you grew up in Hammond. Not quite?
I grew up in Sarsfield, which is just a village beside Hammond, on a family farm with my parents and sisters. So we had fun, we liked to help with chores, and we liked to play with animals, and that's where my passion for my animals and for helping people comes from.
So you just wanted to pick the life that you had as a little girl and find a way to turn it into an adult life.
That's it.
And you did it.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah, no kidding, yay.
Yeah.
No kidding. I mean, if I could have played with arts and crafts all my life, I might have been happy, but I haven't. So, you grew up with animals on a farm,
That's it.
on a working farm, so you got to know animals really well and to appreciate their value in the life of in a healthy life.
Exactly.
So, can you describe a little bit of the day of a farm girl?
Oh yeah. Yeah, farming is a hard work. Kind of a job, I can say. You're early in the morning, doing the chores, and giving. I'll try my best to speak in English.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay. You're feeding the cows and feeding all the animals is pretty good. It demands to be at the farm early in the morning.
So Marie-Josée, tell us a little bit about the life on a farm and the things that you learned that prepared you for grown-up life.
Yeah, so what I learned much about the farm life is helping and being ready to do a lot of hours, but when you like being with animals and giving them all they need, well, you're on a day for having, just beautiful memories.
Okay, so with the farm animals, I guess to some extent you can leave them on their own, but you also learn to appreciate how important it is to care for them, to be there. That it's not just for them, it's for you too.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. Animals, they're waiting for you, most of the time to have their feed, to have their the little place cleaned, and so we're pretty much at their mercy a bit, but in a way
at their service.
At their service, yeah, that's it.
When you don't feel like it, it's just too bad. You still have to do it. They need to.
It's 7 days a week. When I was younger, there were milking cows. We had a milking cow farm, I can say. So it was more like a bigger of a chores. But now with my adult life, it's more like a hobby. I'm having like my little animals, but still I have to be early feeding them and taking care of them before I start my day with my clients and all of the service I'm giving.
Okay. So at any point in your life, did you live away from animals without having animals in your life?
I've always had animals all my life. At a point, I only had like a dog or a few cats, but it's been 5 years now that we've just we started to have our horses and bunnies, and we started growing up with our animal.
Oh. But you never felt, you never had to, you know intuitively how important animals are,
That's it.
but you've never experienced the loss of not having animals in your life, right?
No, but I can say that we've lost some animals, though,
Of course.
you know. But no, it's always been around me, and with my family the same. My husband has been growing up with horses and all those animals, and the same with our three boys. They're always involved helping with the farm chores now, because we also have beef cows and all of
Okay.
bigger animals too. So
Okay. So with your business, which, well, I'll ask you to perhaps explain how you came up with the idea of your business, and was it automatically integrating animals, or was that an afterthought?
it's kind of both together, like because even at my beginning as a specialized educator 20 years ago, I was working in schools at that time, and I was planning some getaway at the farm, and we were giving them some nice animal visit around and everything. So for 20 years I've been in the school environment, always talking about our animals.
Yeah.
But at a point I said, okay, that's it. Let's bring my students or the family, let's bring them to my place and let's them, start to visit. And that's when it started all together, and doing some respite care with the families. And that's when I went for my pet therapy course, to have a certification. And after that, I started Expérience Unique, having my 3 services in place, and that's where it started.
So you work with people of all ages, or mostly seniors?
All ages.
All ages?
Yes. I have my youngest client that is 2.5 years old, going to elderly people.
What do you do with a 2.5-year-old?
The little child just come at my place, and we have the initiation to the animals, But also with that, we do crafts, craft activities or different activities, but that involves the animal with that.
So are you providing therapy for this child, or?
Yeah.
Yes. So the child has problems and
That's
was
it.
referred
Yeah.
by a doctor or a social worker?
A social worker.
A social worker.
Yeah.
And so then the parents bring the child to you to try and round out its life, to focus it, whatever it is that you provide.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, at that age, it's mostly language, abilities for communicating and everything.
So it's animal-assisted therapy,
Yeah.
really, technically speaking.
That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
animal-assisted therapy is based on different goals that the parent or anyone wants for that person, and we're basing, the session based on these objective or these goals.
The goals,
That's
yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, okay, I can see how you fit in, I guess, teenagers also?
Yeah, I have a lot of teenagers coming because at that age, anxiety is involved.
Oh my
because
God,
of
yes.
all, the hormones going on. So yeah, I have a lot of them that even some of them are off school during the week, coming for their session, and we see a nice result.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get back and have more focus on their schoolwork, because they're more relaxed, and that's what animal assisted therapy does. It helps to just the adrenaline just goes down a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, petting an animal is just the best way. We don't it's been studied. You know, there's a lot of studies out there, but it's not always said out loud. But it is really one of the best one of the best therapy for anxiety and for stress.
Oh, without a doubt. The animals have a certain energy, a certain vibration that they give off, and it's completely contrary to what is our modern culture,
That is true.
which is so harmful in so many ways to everybody, not just to teenagers, but they're the ones who are stuck in it with no real understanding of what it is that's happening to them and wondering how this is important in life, and then they come to your place and find out what's important in life.
That's it.
Yeah. Now, I guess the treatment that you give or the therapy that you give for old people is different again.
Yes, it's more based on just, you know, in the moment with the animal and talking about memories at the same time, but more in a relaxed mode. You know, it's we go into residences or you know, these healthcare facilities, and you know, some of our visits are more like in a group. You know, we sit with them and we chat, and it's more like a social time for them. And some other place we go into the rooms individually.
So one-on-one.
One-on-one, yeah, and that's really nice too. But a lot of time we try to do both. And we try to do like a half an hour, you know, of socialization,
Yeah.
and 1 hour of just, half an hour of just, you know, one-on-one time.
So how is this arranged? Is it the residence that calls you, or does a person call you? The person's family, I should say. How does it work with residences?
Good question. Yeah, so a lot of time they hear it from mouth, I don't know,
Word
I
of
can say
mouth?
word of mouth. But now that we're
Bouche à
here,
oreille,
bouche
yeah.
à oreille. But it's mostly the activity coordinator that calls me
Okay.
or send me an email. And we arrange some time, and a lot of times it's more like once a month I go over there, and I have Louise, which is really good. She helps me with those visits, and we always make sure they can choose the animal they want, and that the animal is one of the best for them too. And so every month is a different animal that we bring. Like
Okay,
we
so
bring,
how many animals? I think of dogs, but you're obviously talking about more than just dogs.
Yes, yes. So Experience Unique, that's what makes us unique, is that we have a lot of animals that are, you know, raised to be just like dogs almost.
Yeah, okay.
Like I'm thinking about our little goat. Our little goats, we have 2 goats, miniature goats. They're trained, and we bring them into residences. We put them a little diaper on, and
Just in case.
just in case. A bit of dress sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really nice. We make them laugh so much. So from goats to chickens, bunnies, guinea pigs, cats, dogs.
Wow.
So
You're hauling all that in at the same time, or?
at some point we bring from 3 to 4 animals, but most of the time it's 1 to 2 animals.
Oh, boy.
It's nice. The bunnies, we have our little basket, so we go around, and then, you know, no, it's really fun, and you know, they really enjoy having those different kind of animals, because
Of course.
people, all the people, you know, they had all different animals, so that's why we can touch a larger. How can I
Group,
say?
a larger
A larger
audience.
group. That's it. Yeah.
So, okay, I can understand that if a family brings you their child or asks for help for themselves, then there's a fee. How does it work for these places? Surely there must be a fee as well. Somebody must pay you,
That's
because
it.
you do need to feed these animals and pay the gas to get there. And
That's it. Yeah.
yes,
So we
okay.
have different
So
fees.
that's all.
Yeah, like I tell them, a lot of people, well, not a lot, but some people go there as a volunteer with their dog or stuff like that. that is perfect, but we don't do much of volunteer time when we go with our visit. Like you're saying, we have a lot of animals first of all, and we have to feed them. And we're also certified in pet therapy, so that makes us, a bit more specialized. And a lot of times, I even go like I had an individual, which he just passed away, and it just touches me. But we were there for 2 years. We've been in his room once a week with a different animal, and he was so nice. And then he paid us like every time. Well, sometimes I say, okay, just pay us at the end of the month. So, and that was it. Like they have different opportunities. That's what makes it unique,
Marie-Josée, you started your career working in schools as a teacher, as a counselor?
Educator.
Educator?
A specialized educator.
Okay.
Yeah,
so your first passion then was to help children.
That's it.
Right? That's where your first instinct took you.
That's it. Yeah. I've been working with all different kind of children, from autistic to just intellectual delayed to ADHD children, and that was it. Like they have different opportunities. That's what makes it unique,
Marie-Josée, you started your career working in schools as a teacher, as a counselor?
Educator.
Educator?
A specialized educator.
Okay.
Yeah,
so your first passion then was to help children.
That's it.
Right? That's where your first instinct took you.
That's it. Yeah. I've been working with all different kind of children, from autistic to just intellectual delayed to ADHD children, and so from there I started doing some respite at my place, because the family was saying, how about have a little time with you, with the animals, because I started like a while ago with my 1 or 2 animals.
Okay.
And from there, I knew something was good for them, and the family needed that, needed a bit of time, for them to relax, and their children to have fun at the same time,
right.
on its own way,
Mm-hmm.
And so been working in schools for 20 years. And then after that, I said, okay, something has to change. I have to bring more than that. I have to bring a difference in those families. So I started doing it at my place, with my family, like I said, and all that. But after...
Your family, you mean your husband, your children?
My children, my family, that's it.
And they were all okay with this?
They were okay, yeah. They've been surrounded, with my students. And at the same time, I did my last 8 years in Hammond at their school. So they saw me, working with these children, and they were always around. So that's when, they were comfortable, and they liked it too. And even my youngest, Michael, is passionate with these children.
Wow.
Yes,
really?
It's really, really amazing how he likes to help. And even with my day camps, you'll be there like in the morning helping me. And
how old is he?
He's 13.
He's 13?
Yes. And this year I said, Mick, I'm going to pay you,
Oh, nice.
He's doing such an amazing job.
So it was never a matter of jealousy, like Mummy's not there for us and she's always looking after other people. It was like, no. I want to be part of it.
That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very mature little guy.
Yeah, really. So, and now he's happy because we're having this new little place, just 2 minutes from my farmer place.
Oh, that's right. You've opened a new business
That's it.
location.
Yeah, we called it the Unique House. So it's now the place where the children, even adults, with special needs, they come there, and we start our day, from feeding animals to doing all again the activities. But at the same time, it's so much fun because we're not into our personal stuff, our personal place,
Yeah.
which was fun. But now it's like we can do whatever we want there, and not whatever we want, but I mean,
Yeah.
we can have fun and just be ourselves.
So you've moved from being just you, Marie-Josée, to bringing in your children, to having to bring in staff, because obviously now this is more than even you can handle.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in the summer, we have to have more volunteers, more staff, because we're pretty busy, with our day camps. But I also have, like I said earlier, Louise Giga, who's helping me year-round now. She also took her pet therapy course with me. So, and she enjoys, going out there and bringing the animals with her. And so, yeah, so I have her. I have a few other ones, a specialized educator that helps us too during the year. But I know with the new place, we're going to be probably much busier. So it's going to ask them to help. And the other thing is I have co-op students.
Oh, from the high schools?
From high schools,
Okay.
that are starting this summer. And I also have students from the college, that are coming for...
Cité collégiale?
Yeah, that's it.
So you're doing all of this without any government funding?
That's it, yeah. But maybe...
Mr. Ford must love you. You are exactly what he needs, a whole province full of people who can manage without any government money. Wow. It can be done with a lot of hard work, because I bet your red tape and your filling out forms and things is pretty demanding. That takes a lot of time too.
Yeah, it took a lot of my time for the first 2 years, especially just to build all the forms and all, I have a lot of good people helping me.
Yeah.
Some of them are doing it as volunteers. Some of them are, doing their best just to give a hand, and I'm trying to pay them too. But I'm always thankful, of my family, my parents, that they also believe in in my dreams, and because of them too, I have the opportunity to have the animals on their land a bit, and having the hay, and having that unique house that I'm renting every month. It's because of them too. So
I don't know, as you're talking, I'm thinking about the olden days when you had the village doctor, and the village doctor would have their little pharmacy and all of their medications and all of their instruments, and people would come there and they would talk about everything. It would be doctor and priest. I mean, you're like the village doctor, but instead of stethoscopes and needles and drugs and medication, you use your pets and your knowledge, of course, and a huge dose of heart. Because how else do you find the energy to keep going? Because this is beginning to sound like a 20-hour-a-day job almost.
oh my goodness, I don't know. I guess I was born to do this.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. You're definitely.
My God, I love it so much. And sometimes even my husband is so good too. Like I said earlier, he's always encouraging me in my new.
That's a blessing. Yeah.
Yes, but sometimes I have to stop and say, okay, I need to just put aside a bit of my job, but
Yeah.
it feels so much like not a job that that's why I'm always into it. But sometimes you will say, okay, Mary Jo, just take a bit of time and relax. You know, come and watch TV or come. And yes, it's you need to really love what you do. Well, a lot of people are doing that when they have a business. You know, it comes from the heart. You put everything you have into it. That's how I feel, anyways. That's how it should be a business, you know, putting everything you have in there, and it reflects the hard work you're putting.
Well, if you think that work is love in action, then you've definitely got it figured out. And you've got it. You found the formula. You found the life. It beats any number of fancy cars and fancy houses and fancy trips. That's certainly no doubt about it. And that you're passing this on to the children and to the volunteers who work with you. Not everybody is fortunate enough to find a job that they love that much, which is sad. And even with your beautiful story and your openness, I don't think we've figured out a formula for finding your place in the world the way you have. But you have found it.
Oh,
and
thanks.
We're so grateful. And I certainly hope that people who watch this will understand that this is not just another service for looking after kids. This is, or old people, or anybody. This is one that works, and all they have to do is look at you, the one who's providing the service. Thank you. Thank you. And it's been just delightful hearing about this.
Yeah, so thanks for everything. It was my pleasure to be here.
Wish you many, many, many more years of wonderful life, Marie-Josée.
Thank you.
And with that, we'll break now, and I'll see you next week.